Since the beginning of time, there has always been one thing that every person on the planet is interested in. One thing that directly or indirectly affects every action that we take. It also happens to be the one area of life that is least understood by most guys. And it's called the chase. Every day, millions of girls and guys take part in this special dance, never knowing how it's going to turn out. The reason why so many guys and even girls have problems with the chase is simply because there are no set rules, and every single person on the planet is different. There are some universal triggers for both guys and girls, and if you can get these right, you're already ahead of most other guys. The chase is really just the process of doing things in a way that makes another person attracted to you. In many situations, this involves a guy who is trying to attract a girl, but it goes far beyond that. The chase is something that applies to other areas of life as well, such as getting a job or even making deals with other people. When you're trying to negotiate the best price on a new sports car, the back and forth interactions between you and the salesman is yet another example of the chase. Showing just enough interest in a girl to get her attracted to you and then pulling away just enough to show her that you're a high value male is another example of the chase in action. And once you understand how the chase works and how to use it correctly, you might just find that it's a skill that can change your life forever. As much as we'd like it for girls to always be chasing us, it doesn't really work like that unless you're extremely famous, wealthy, or powerful, but mostly just famous. To understand how this works, think about the cheap items in a video game. The reason why they're so cheap is because they have no value, and anybody can get them. Now think about the most expensive items, and understand that the reason why they're so expensive is because not many people have them, and they're incredibly valuable, if for no other reason than because they show status. Imagine you tell an attractive girl that she should come see a movie with you, and without hesitation, she says yes and immediately gives you her phone number. And on top of that, she tells you that she's available anytime. As this is happening, the alarm inside of your head is sounding off, and you get an odd feeling in your gut that says something isn't quite right. You're probably thinking to yourself, wow, that was way too easy. Later, you find out that the girl was really a vampire looking for a meal, and if you hadn't changed your mind right then and there, you would have been the meal instead of some other guy. The chase is basically the back and forth between a girl and a guy, or even a job interview that involves showing the other person that you are high value and not too available. It is the reason why you wait a couple of days before calling a girl after you first get her number. And it is the driving force behind why you should be sending one text message for every 2 or 3 messages that you receive from a girl. The whole point of the chase is to show the other person that you're high value. Basic psychology tells us that, as humans, we always want what we can't have, or what we see as having lots of value. And what we don't want is things that are too available. So the real question is, how do you make girls, or pretty much anyone, chase you? And the answer is simple. All that we have to do is change how interested we seem in whatever it is that we want. If a girl knows you'll be available anytime she calls, there's no fun in that. And as humans, we quickly lose interest in things that are too available or boring. In fact, one of the main reasons why relationships fail is because one person becomes too available for the other, which causes the other person to lose interest and view them as low value. And before long, the person who lost interest has left to pursue a different person who they perceive as having a higher value than them. It is crazy to think that it's that simple, but oftentimes it really is. But if that's true, then the opposite is also true, which means that it's just as easy to become less available and quickly make the other person more attracted and interested in you at the same time. But here's the catch. The entire chase is really a balancing act. Make yourself too available and girls will lose interest. But at the same time, if you make yourself too unavailable, the same exact thing will happen. The best thing that you can do is to actually become a high value person, because it is only then that most aspects of the chase will occur naturally, because you really will be busy with other things or people most of the time. This means focusing on yourself, your purpose, or whatever it is that you're grinding for in life. Many of the decisions that we make as humans are in fact irrational, which means that they don't make logical sense. And this is exactly what makes us human. It is why we want to be with an attractive girl, but once we've been with her for a period of time, we end up wanting someone else that we can't have. It is why we buy the Lamborghini Gallardo that we've wanted since we were 10, but end up selling it a few months later after we get it, in search of something new and more exciting. It is also the reason why most girls automatically find a man more attractive if he's wearing a wedding band or hanging out with other girls. Some people call it playing hard to get, and it's the exact concept behind the push-pull flirting strategy. It's really that simple to understand. All that you have to do is make yourself hot and cold, or available, then less available, and repeat this process in an endless loop. And the chase never stops, because the moment that you end the chase, well, you can probably guess what happens next. This is the chase, and it is the easiest way to make girls pursue you. And when done correctly, it can be used to make anyone or anything pursue you instead of the other way around. And with that said, thank you so much to all of you who've been purchasing our new t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, and other merchandise. And as always, until next time.